Hello, beautiful learners. Hope you're doing great. I'm also good by the grace of Almighty. So it's our day 46, and in this lesson, we are going to practice IELTS listening practice test with answers and proper explanation for Big Band 9. So before going to start our class, I just need to check whether you can hear me as well as the audio track. Just give me a few seconds to check it out, okay?
You will hear a number of different recordings, and you have to answer questions on what you hear. There'll be time for you to read the
Okay, I'm quite sure that you can hear me as well as the audio track. Now let's listen the instruction to start it, and let's listen the instruction from him as he was talking. Okay, let's listen it.
You will hear a number of different recordings, and you have to answer questions on what you hear. There'll be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played only once. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to your answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1.
Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a customer and a sales assistant for a mail order company. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6.
Okay, I hope you got the instruction from him. Now we have to follow an instruction that is visible in the screen as you can see it. Okay, let's read no more than two words and a number for each answer. Okay, then we have a sample one to look at and to become usual to or this session. Okay, so you can see here it's order form. Okay, and here is the sample one. Reason for call. Reason for call. Okay, maybe it's a mistake. It should be L. Okay, reason for call. Let me highlight it, and the answer is okay, the answer is website. Okay, let me highlight it, and let's listen it for the sample one. Okay,
All that has been done for you. On this occasion only.
Good morning. How can I help?
I'd like some help with ordering a book. I've tried your website, but it says it's offline at the moment and to call this number.
The answer is website. So website has been written in the space. Now we shall begin.
so I hope you got the sample one. Okay, now we should begin. So let's read the question number one. Here we can see it's all about name. Let me highlight, and we are going to listen. Here is blah blah and Freeman. So maybe it would be the surname or the last name. Now we are going to listen it for first name or given name. Okay, let's listen it.
You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time.
It says it's offline at the moment and to call this number.
Oh, yes. I do apologise. We've been having some problems with it, but I can take the order over the phone if you like.
That would be great. It's a gift, you see.
Can I take your name, please?
Yes, of course. It's Zara Freeman.
Is that Zara with an S or a Z?
With a Z. Z-A-R-A.
Just writing that.
Okay, I hope you got the answer as the lady was spelling that Z-A-R-A. Okay, so that will be the answer. Now let's listen it for question number two. Title of book. Let's listen it.
down. Right, what was the title of the book you'd like me to order?
I think it's called Future Words. No, hang on. Sorry. That's Future Worlds.
That's future worlds. So future worlds would be the answer. Let me put it. Okay, where I'm writing. Okay, let's move on. Future worlds. Future worlds. Okay, would be the answer. Now let's listen it for question number 3. Author. Okay, now we are going to listen it for author name Richard. It's maybe his first name. Now we are going to listen it for his last name. Okay, let's listen it.
Okay, just typing that in. I can't seem to find it. Do you know the name of the author? I'll do a search.
Yes, it's by a man called Richard Watson.
Watson, as in W-A-T-S-O-N.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I hope you got the answer. Richard Watson as the manual spelling. So Richard is here. It's visible, and the manual spelling Watson, W-A-T-S-O-N. Okay, that would be the answer. Now let's listen it for question number 4. Type of book. Okay, let's listen it.
Oh yes, here it is. It's only just been released. It's a self-help book, is that right?
Yes.
Now,
So the manual asking is it's a self-help book. Is it that? And the lady was replying yes. So it would be self-help. Self-help. Okay. Now let's listen it for question number 5. Price. Okay. And here we can see here is a pound sign. Okay. Now we need to listen it for the amount.
it costs £12.99.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. How would you like...
Okay, the manual is saying it costs 12.99. So 12.99 would be the answer. Okay, let's listen it for question number 6. Payment method. Now let's listen it.
99.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. How would you like to pay?
Is a debit card okay?
No, sorry. We only accept credit cards.
Oh dear. Just let me check to see if I have it with me. Oh yes, here it is.
Okay, so that means the lady is going to pay by credit card. Okay, let me put it. Credit or debit card. As the manual was saying, how do you like to pay? And the lady was saying is a debit card okay? And the man was replying, no, sorry, we only accept credit card. And the lady was replying, oh dear, just let me check to see if I have it with me. The lady was saying that, oh yes, here it is. So that means she is going to pay by credit card. Okay, now let's listen it for question number 7. Delivery address, blah blah, London and 22. Let's listen it.
Can you read me the long...
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. And 7 to 10.
Right, almost done. Now, I just need the delivery details.
Right, I've got my friend's address here. It's 62 Green Gardens, London, N22.
Just...
It's 62 Green Garden. So garden will be the answer. G-A-R-D-E-N-S Gardens, London and 22. Okay, would be the answer. Now let's listen it for question number 8. Delivery type. Okay, let's listen it.
typing that in. 52 Green Gardens.
No, it's number 62.
Now, what kind of delivery would you like?
What are the options?
There are two. The free delivery option takes 5 days, or you can pay an extra £2.25 to have it sent out first class tomorrow. That would come to a total of £15.24p.
Well, my friend's birthday is next week, so it should get there in time with the free delivery. So I think I'll take that.
Okay, that means the lady is going to take the free delivery. Let me put it free. Okay, would be the answer. As the lady was saying, as the man was saying, as the lady was asking what are the options, and the man was replying that the two, the free delivery options takes 5 days, or you can pay an extra £2, 25 to have it sent you first class tomorrow. That would be come to a total £15 24 pence. Okay, and the lady was replying that, well, my friend's birthday is next week, so it should get there in time with free delivery of. So I think I will take that. Okay, so that means the lady was taking free delivery. Okay, now let's listen it for question number 9. Okay, delivery date.
Right. That means that it will be delivered on the 21st of February, anytime from...
And the man was replying, okay, that would be it would be delivered on the 21st February. Okay, would be the answer. Let me put it. Okay, okay. Now let's listen it for question number 10. Delivery instruction. If out, live with a blah blah.
from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Is that okay?
Well, I know my friend leaves early for work, so would it be possible for him to pick it up from the local post office instead?
I'm afraid that won't be possible, but I could add some special instructions for it to be left with someone else. A neighbour, perhaps?
Actually, yes. I have met the old lady who lives next door, and she's bound to be home. Could you leave it with her?
Fine. I'll add that if he's not home, then the package should be left with the neighbour.
That's great.
Okay, so it should be neighbor. Let me put it. HPOUR. As the man was saying at the last, I will add that if he's not at home, then the package should be left with the neighbor. So neighbor would be the answer. So that's all about part 1. Now we are going to jump into part 2. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here we can see that choose the correct letter A, B, or C. So let's read the question. What will wake people up in the home of the future? Okay, so what will wake people up in the home of the future? Let's listen it.
Now listen and answer questions 17 to 20.
Lastly, here we are in the living area, which you'll be pleased to hear is still the heart of the family home. Let's enter the room. Now, to the left of the entrance is the main seating area with a sofa, and directly opposite the entrance is an armchair. The sofa backs onto the wall and the armchair faces to the left across the coffee table to a blank wall. So, where is the TV, I hear you ask? Where is it? The sofa back directly opposite the entrance is an armchair. The sofa back direct of the entrance is to here. Here we are in the living area. Lastly, here we are in the living area.
Now listen and answer questions 17 to 20.
Lastly, here we are in the living area, which you'll be pleased to hear.
Okay, I'm facing a problem. We are saying here is it question number 11. Okay, but the audio is playing question number 4, question number 17 to 20. Okay, it's really
Future. First, you have an online guide giving a tour of the home of the future. First, you have some...
okay. I think I got it, but it's maybe problem with their website. Okay, but I got it. Unfortunately, let's listen it.
time to look at questions 11 to 16. Questions 11 to 16.
Welcome to the Homes of the Future online website. I will be your virtual guide around the homes you could soon be living in. Let's begin our tour in the bedroom. Firstly, the bed is programmed to gently rock you awake in the mornings. There'll be no more rude awakenings by an alarm clock, and it will also know what...
Okay, the lady was saying firstly, the bed is programmed to gently rock you up in the morning. There will be no alarm, rude awakening by the alarm. Okay. So bed temperature, the sound is alarm, but movement. So the answer would be option C, because the letter there will be no alarm. So this is incorrect, and but we didn't hear about option A. But we hear that the bed will if the bed is programmed to wake you up in the morning. So that's why the answer will be option C. Okay. Now let's listen it for question number 12. What will shoes be able to do by themselves? Shoes be able to do what? Let's listen it.
time you need to wake up, as it will get that information directly from your personal digital assistant. That is, your PDA, which will be inserted into you. Let's move to the wardrobe. Those are your musical shoes that generate music while you walk. The music will change according to how fast you're walking. Calm music for a relaxing stroll.
So the answer we should select is option B, as the lady was saying. Let's move to workshop. those are your musical shows that generate music while you work. So they will play music automatically. Okay, now let's listen in for question number 13. Okay, what kind of clothes will people be wearing? Okay, what kind of clothes? Let's listen it. Oops, sorry.
Roll and faster beats for when you're in a hurry. You'll feel like you're walking on air. What's more, your clothes are also intelligent. They sense how you're feeling and then change colour.
Okay, so let's see the option and let's select the appropriate answer. Okay, clothes that make us more intelligent, clothes that can interrupt how we are feeling, clothes that are powered by electricity. So I think option B would be the answer. Okay, because the lady was saying uh, they sense how you are feeling and then change the color. So that means the clothes that can interpret how we are feeling. Okay, so B would be the answer. Now let's listen to question 14. Okay, what can the house do? The house do what? Let's listen it.
The fabric that they're made of also converts your body heat into a low-voltage electricity generator for some of the gadgets that are now inside you, like your PDA, for example. Moving on to the bathroom. So, after waking up, you need a shower. There's no need to turn on any taps as the house will know exactly what temperature you like the water in the mornings, though you'll still have to wash yourself.
Okay, so the lady was saying there's no need to be turned on any taps as the house will know exactly what temperature you like the water in the morning. So control the shower temperature, turn off the taps, wash your back. So option A would be the answer, as she said that the house there is no need to turn on any taps as the house will know exactly what temperature you like. So control the shower temperature would be the answer. Okay. Now let's listen it for question number 15. What will the internet be able to do? Internet be able to do what? Let's listen it.
From the bathroom, we move into the kitchen. Now, we've all had that horrible feeling when you can't find your keys just as you're about to go out. Well, in the home of the future, you wouldn't need to panic. All you need to do is an internet search. All items are now programmed with a tracking device so that they will light up and signal to you where they are.
Okay, so under when you are worried, project what's in your fridge, help finding something you lost. So C will be the answer, as the lady was saying. Well, in the home of the future, you don't need to panic. All you need to is an internet search. All items are now programmed with a tracking device so that they would light up and signal to you where they are. So that means it will help you to find out you something that is lost. Okay, now let's listen it for question number 16. What will the fridge do when people are low on milk? Okay, fridge will do what? Fridge do. Let's listen it.
Just in case the object is upstairs, the house will project its position on your fridge. Speaking of your fridge, this is now as intelligent as your clothes. Not only does it keep a record of when you're running low on everyday essentials, like milk, but it emails your local grocery store, which will deliver them for you. It can
Okay, I think deliver the mail, send an email to the shop, defrost some in the fridge. So I think B would be the answer. Okay, send an email to the shop. As the lady was saying, not only does it keep a record of when you are running low on everyday essential like milk, but it emails your local groceries store, which will deliver them for you. So that means it will automatically email your local shop for what you are failing to buy or what you don't have at your home. Okay, so that means option B will be the answer. Now let's listen it for question number 17 to 20. Here we can see a map label and we have to fill out this. Okay, so write the correct letter to F next to question number 17 to 20. Okay, here we can see the living room of the future. Here we can see fireplace. Option A, option B, option C, option B, option D, E, F, and here is the entrance. Okay, now let's listen it for option 17, the television. Okay, let me highlight where is television.
can also help with planning meals if you have.
Before you hear the rest of the tour, you have some time to look at questions 17 to 20. Listen and answer questions 17 to 20.
Lastly, here we are in the living area, which you'll be pleased to hear is still the heart of the family home. Let's enter the room. Now, to the left of the entrance is the main seating area with a sofa, and directly opposite the entrance is an armchair. The sofa backs onto the wall and the armchair faces to the left across the coffee table to a blank wall. So, where is the TV, I hear you ask? Well, this entire wall is the television. The whole thing is...
So I hope you got this one as she was saying. What is TV? I hear you ask. Well, this entire wall. So this entire wall is the television. Let me put option A. Okay. Now let's listen it for question number 18. Temperature control. Okay, let's listen it.
is a plasma screen designed to show your TV, surf the internet, or, when it's not in use, it displays anything you want it to, from family pictures to famous works of art. On the opposite wall to the sofa is a fireplace, which still has a real fire. Nothing beats that now, does it? But the rug in front of the fire now also monitors the temperature and either opens or closes the chimney so as not to overheat the room.
So I think option C would be the answer. Let me put it as the lady was saying. Okay, as the lady was saying, the roof is in front of the fire Now also monitor the temperature and either open or close the chimney so as not to overheat the room. So C would be the answer. Okay, as she was saying, it's in front of the fire. Okay, so C would be the answer. Now let's listen it. Focus number 19. Books, pets. Okay, let's listen it for.
It still has its normal uses, though. As you can see, the cat likes it very much and is curled up on it, happy as can be. What else is on offer? Well, for entertainment, the family still reads books, so there is a bookcase on the wall to the right of the entrance. But what about the computer?
Okay, on the wall of the as she was saying, well, for the entertainment, the family still reads books. So there is a bookcase on the wall to the right of the entrance. So right to the entrance is this one, option E. So right to the entrance is this one, F. Sorry. So on the wall. So it would be the option. Okay, option F would be the answer. Let me put it here. Okay, now let's listen it for question number 20. Computer keyboard. Okay, let's listen it.
All to the right of the entrance. But what about the computer? Well, it's inside your head and powered by those intelligent clothes you're wearing. Imagine this. As you're sitting relaxing on the armchair, you'll be able to reach out and put your hot drink on the coffee table in front of the armchair. You suddenly remember that you need to send work an email. That same coffee table, holding your cup, is also a touch-sensitive keyboard for you to type your email and then click send. All you need to do to act.
So this one is computer keyboard. Okay, let me put it and let me explain it to you as she was saying. Okay, same coffee table holding your cup is also a touch sensitive keyboard for you to type your email. So at the first we was all listening that this one is a coffee table. Okay, but and then she was saying, okay, it's a coffee table, but it's a sensitive touch sensitive keyboard. Okay, so you can take coffee and you can type here. Okay, so that means it would be the answer for question number 20. Okay, now we are going to practice with part 3. Let's move on. Here we can see which 5 things has Charlie already done. 5 things. Which 5 things? Let's listen it for question number 21 to 5. Okay, let's listen it.
Assignment. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Questions 21 to 25.
Hi, Professor James. Have you got a minute? You see, I'm having a bit of trouble getting started on my graduate employability assignment.
Well, okay, as long as it doesn't take longer than 10 minutes, as I have a meeting to get to at 3:30.
Yep, fine. It shouldn't take long at all.
Okay, Sally. Tell me what you've done so far, and we'll go from there.
Well, as you suggested, I chose 3 local businesses and contacted them via telephone to introduce myself.
Okay, so she's saying, as you said, I chose 3 local business and contacted them by telephone to introduce myself. So yeah, let's read all option 2, find out the exact one. Okay, email for business. No, okay, she talked for business but not by email. Okay, but in a telephone call. Okay, wait, right? Okay, contacted 3 business. Okay, I think this one would be answer, because she was saying I choose 3 local business and contacted them by telephone to introduce myself. Okay, so C would be the answer, as she was saying I chose 3 businesses. Okay, so 3 businesses would be the answer. Now let's listen it for the remaining all.
That's good.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't get past the secretary of 2 of them. Do you have any suggestions?
What about following up with a letter stating what time you'll be calling again?
Oh, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought of that.
So, tell me about the one you have contacted.
Right. Well, he was very helpful, actually. He received the survey I emailed him and has already sent it back. I've had a very quick look at it, but haven't had a chance to write it up yet.
So far, so...
So she was saying he received the survey I emailed him and has already sent it back. I have had a very quick look on it, but hasn't had a chance to write up it yet. Okay, so let me started writing the assignment. Okay, I think option D would be the answer, because she was saying I have had very quick look at it, but I haven't had a chance to write it up. That means she didn't complete it. Okay, she didn't complete her writing. Okay, so she just started it. Okay, that means option D would be the answer. Let's listen it for the remainings.
Good. Carry on.
Well, apart from that, I've also found a lot of statistics that exist on the starting salaries graduates begin on once they finish studying. There's some really interesting stuff out there. Did you know?
Okay, so she's saying I also found a lot of statistics that exist on the starting salaries grounded begin on once they finish studying. There's some really interesting stuff out there. So okay, really starting success scheme, a document, board, a book, researched data. Read a starting course. Okay, schemed a document would be the answer, as she was saying. I also have found a lot of statistics that exist on the starting salaries graduates begin on once they finish studying. There's some really interesting stuff out there. So she schemed that means she schemed a document. Okay, so F would be the answer. Let's listen it for the remaining.
Know, for example, that your average engineer earns nearly as much as a medical graduate?
Yes, I did.
Gosh, I had no idea.
Having second thoughts about a career in human resources, are we?
No, but I was surprised. Anyway, getting back to where I was, I've gone to the library, but the books you recommend have already been taken out. Apart from one, that is. It's called A Starting Success. I haven't read it yet, but I've taken it out and it's on my list of things to do.
Have you come up with a plan yet?
Yeah.
Okay, that means board a book. Research. Okay, Z would be the answer, as she was saying. I've gone to the library, but the books you recommend have already been taken out, apart from one that is called a starting success. I haven't read it yet, but I've taken it out and it's on my list of thing to do. So that means she borrowed a book from the library. Let's listen for the remaining one.
Yes, and I've written my hypothesis as well as my introduction, but that's where I've got stuck.
Okay, so she's saying, the man was asking, have you come up with a plan yet? And the lady was replying that yes, and I've written my hypothesis as well as my introduction. So that means it will be option H. Okay, we are out of time. Okay, so it will be option, okay, where it was we are, so it will be option H.
You will hear
As she was saying, I've written my hypothesis. Okay, so hypothesis as well as my introduction. So that means she's doing a research or data or something else. Okay, that so it's relevant to our answer option H. So H would be the answer. Okay, now
a number.
we're going to listen in for question number 26 to 30. Okay, so here we can see complete follow flowchart below. Choose 5 answers from the box and choose the correct letter A to G for question number 26 to 30. Okay, so here we can see beginning, choices, document, language, opening, questions, skills. Okay, now let's listen in for question number 26 first. Okay, so how to write a questionnaire. So keep you blah blah, keep you blah blah simple. Which one we should okay, we should keep simple. Let's listen it.
Now listen and answer questions 26.
Lee, I'd recommend you start with analyzing what the employer said. Now, can I have a look at the questionnaire you wrote?
Yes, here it is.
Thanks. Oh dear. Well, it's no wonder you're overwhelmed with information. You've collected a lot of information which can be overwhelming.
Oh dear, that took me ages. And does that mean I can't use it?
Afraid so. But don't worry, if you've got a pen and paper, I'll quickly give you some pointers, and then you can rejig it to get the information you're looking for.
Okay, just a minute. I know there's a pen in here somewhere. Okay, got it.
Right. Well, first and foremost, you need to be clear. There's no point having a beautifully worded document throughout that no one understands. Use language that is simple.
Right, got that.
Okay, so the man was saying use the language that is simple. So you keep your language. Okay, language is option D. So we should select D here. Okay, so keep your language simple. Now let's listen for question number 27. Try to make the blah blah of the document interesting. Which one? Let's listen it.
What next?
You need to catch the reader's attention at the start of the document. And you need to find the right balance between formal and informal.
So the man was saying you need to catch the reader's attention at the starting of the document. So try to make the okay, so try to make the beginning. Okay, try to make the beginning. Okay, let me choose option A because here is beginning is in option A. As the man was saying, you need to catch the reader attention at the start of the document. So at the start of means a beginning. Okay, so that means you try to keep the beginning of the document interesting. Okay, Now let's listen it for question number 28. Make sure that blah blah uses standard term that aren't too formal or informal. Let's listen it.
The document. And you need to find the right balance between formal and informal language. Your survey isn't an official document, but more of a living one that serves a purpose. So neutral language is best.
Okay, just writing that down.
So document would be the answer. You can see document is in option C. Let me choose option C. Let me explain to you as the man of saying, and you need to find the right balance between formal and informal language. So your survey isn't an official document, okay, but more lying on that survey for purpose. So neutral language is best. So that means the make sure that the document uses standard terms that aren't too formal or informal. Okay, so as the man was talking all about that document. Okay, now let's listen it for question number 29. Use simple blah blah to make it quicker for the recipient. Okay, let's listen it.
Okay.
The next one's what your mistake was this time. Try not to use open-ended questions, or you'll find it impossible to collate your results.
Yep, I think I've learned my lesson there. What else?
Scales really do make the job of completing the questionnaire easier for the recipients by saving them lots of time and effort writing.
So the man was saying scale really do the job of the completing the questionnaire easier. So questionnaire easier. Scales. Okay, scales would be the answer. Let me choose it. Option G would be the answer. As the man was saying, scales really do make the job of completing the questionnaire easier. So scale would be the answer. Okay, scales would be the answer, and we can see scales is on option G. Okay, let's listen it for option 30. Put you blah blah in logical order. Let's listen it.
Take your point. Anything else?
One last thing. Make sure you've thought about the logic of your questions. There's nothing worse than trying to make choices about things that seem to have no order.
Okay, the man was saying one last thing, make sure you have thought about the logic of your question. So questions, we can see it in option A. Okay, so she need to put the questions in order, in a logical order. Okay, so that's all about part 3. Now we are going to listen it for all about part 4. Okay, now here we can see complete the note below. Alright, no more than 3 words and a number for each answer. Okay, here we can see that impact of urbanization. Okay, now let's listen it for question number 31. Only blah blah of land built on. Let's listen it.
Right.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm here today to present my findings on the process of urbanisation and its impact on the environment. As you know, urbanisation involves the movement of people from the countryside to the cities. As this process continues, the cities of the world continue to grow. I will demonstrate how this growth is eating away at the planet's most fertile land. My research has focused on 2 studies that looked at land use in the United States. these have shown that since its independence, only 3% of all land in the United States.
So only 3% of all land. So 3% will be done. So let me put it 3%. Sorry, percent to be done. So okay. Now let's listen and focus on the 32. Loss of blah blah for larger. Okay, let's listen it.
Has been built on. However, the same studies have also shown that the resulting loss of productive land is comparable.
So loss of productive land. So productive land will be that. So let me put it productive and productive land. Now let's listen it for question number 33. Could impact on world blah blah in future.
Comparatively much greater. This isn't so much of a problem in America, as it has a relatively low ratio of people to land. However, most other countries are not so blessed, the impact of which could have dire consequences for the future. The real danger here is if this pattern were to be repeated by developing countries, it could have a major effect on the world's food supplies in the next 50 years.
Okay, so he was saying it could have a major impact on the world's food supplies in the next 50 years. So in the next 50 years means in the future. So it will be food supplies. Sorry, food supply. So food supplies. Okay. Now let's listen to question 34. A weather blah blah for clouds was used. Let's listen it.
In order to reach this conclusion, several research methods were adopted. A group of scientists in the United States used a weather satellite that normally maps moonlit cloud cover at night. However,
the man was saying a group of scientists in the United States used a weather satellite. So satellite will be the answer. Let me put it. Satellite. Okay. Now let's listen it for question number 35. Land views divided into blah blah. Let's listen it.
On nights when there were no clouds, they used the satellite to map the generation of heat from city lights. They then took the data and divided land use into 3 categories.
So they divided the land into 3 categories. So 3 categories will be the answer. Let me put it 3 category. So okay, 2, 3, okay, will be the answer. Categories. Now let's listen it for question number 36, and here we can see data used to calculate the blah blah of all areas. Let's listen it.
Urban, semi-urban, and non-urban land use. Next, they calculated how active the vegetation is in each region by using different satellites. When they combined this information with previous statistics and weather conditions, they came up with a number for total productivity for all areas.
Total productivity of all areas. So total productivity will be the answer. Let me put it. Total productivity. Okay. Now let's listen to question number 37. Urban areas open built on the blah blah. Let's listen it.
So what did the results of this process of land classification show? Well, firstly, They proved that although only a tiny percentage of the land in the United States is urbanized, and 29% of land is used for agricultural purposes, the land which has been built on actually has the best soils. These were independently corroborated by a second team of scientists in San Francisco.
Okay, so the man was saying the land which has been built on actually has the best soil. Sorry for the sneezing. Okay, so best soil would be the answer. Let me put it. Best soil would be the answer. Okay, let's listen for question 38. Blah blah of. Okay, here we can see a second study confirmed that farm land is being converted. Blah blah of vegetation is lost for anyone. Okay, anyone. Let's listen it.
Francisco, whose results show that this process is happening even faster in the southeastern corner of the United States. This means that land that is extremely productive from an agricultural point of view is being taken over by lawns, golf courses, and a few scattered trees. As a direct result of urbanization, the researchers in San Francisco calculated that every year 91 million tons of plants are
91 million tons would be the answer. Let me put it. 91 million tons would be the answer. Okay, now let's listen for question number 39. Countries such as blah blah and need to do investigations.
lost in the US. So what does this mean for the future? Well, I have come up with some of my own ideas for practical solutions. Countries should calculate whether urbanization is happening on their fertile lands too, especially if they have large populations compared to the amount of land available, like India and China, for example.
So like India and China. So India and China would be the answer. Let me put it. India and China. Okay. Now let's listen for question number 40 and the last one. Okay, encourage people to move by going them. Let's listen it.
If it is, then every effort should be made to stop the process from happening. This can be done in many ways. One of them is to stop investing in the infrastructure of those areas. If people don't have the facilities they need, they won't want to live there. But in my opinion, the main solution here is to offer people financial incentives.
So offer people and giving them are the same thing. So offer people financial incentives. So financial incentives would be the answer. Let me put it. Financial incentives. Okay, that's all about today's lesson. Now I should show you how much we obtained today, but before that I have to re-click each answer one more time because we was out of time at the middle of our practice. So just give me a few sec to check to re-click each answer once again, then I will study to I will show you by submitting. Okay, just need, it was A, I should select A again. It was C, I should select C again. It was F, I should select F again. It was D, I should select D again. Okay, I'm done. Now let's submit it and check how much we obtained today. Okay, we got 9 out of 9 and we were correct for 40 times out of 40. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in the next class with another new IELTS listening practice test. So till then I have to say bye. So